recognise our next guest as the man with the $1 million beard. For more than a decade, Scott Maggs, formerly known as Jimmy Niggles, has been saving Aussie lives from one of the deadliest cancers in Australia, melanoma. Using his facial hair as a conversation starter, he reminds people to get their skin checked regularly. Now Scott has started a petition through his charity Skin Check Champions, encouraging the government to introduce a national early detection program. And Scott Maggs joins us in studio this morning. It's lovely to see you.
You too.
This is such an important mission, and your devotion is to your credit. It is quite incredible. So where did your interest in it come from? Why are you so passionate about it?
It's very sad. I lost a really good mate to skin cancer when he was just 26 years old. And it's just something no one should have to go through. It was just brutal. So we need to do something, and something that wasn't being done as well as it could have been. And early detection was just staring me right in the face, and we've been at it ever since.
Yep. Good on you, because I believe that there isn't enough. You have a look at a mole that's on your skin, and then I Google it and I have a look and I go, God, it looks a little bit, but maybe not, and then a little bit, and then someone yells out, Mum, can I have dinner? And then you don't think about it again. And so with your work, this will be fast-tracked so that nobody needs to overlook something that's potentially deadly. Ideally,
yeah. It's something everyone needs to put into their yearly health routine, and getting checked by someone who really knows what they're doing is it can be life-saving. And if you do it, you can do something about it. So as soon as you find it, you can act.
So you're putting pressure on the government. Tell us about this petition. It closes tonight, right?
Yeah, so today's the last day that people could sign. So if everyone can stop what you're doing after this and sign, that would be amazing.
They can double screen. They can do it right now.
Yeah, you're all capable. But basically, yeah, so there's lung, there's bowel, there's breast. There's amazing screening programs happening in the cancer space, but nothing's happened in the skin cancer space, and that's really something we want to champion. And we think that now's the right time, with technology and the talent mix that we've been working on for the last decade. We think it's a possibility now that we can make this happen economically and sustainably, and have a huge impact and save a lot of lives.
So how would it work? Because with the other screening programs you talk about, it's sort of the older part of the population gets the screening, it's over 50 for the bowel, and
yeah, it's all about
40,
targeting.
50. So, but skin cancer can happen at any age. You mentioned 26. So what would you like to see be the screening program?
And I think that's why it's so tricky, because it's called our national cancer. 2 in 3 of us are likely to get it. It's like one of the biggest incidence rates of any other cancer in the country. Which is, so everyone is at risk. So it's hard to kind of narrow it down in terms of who do we check and how do we do that economically.
Yeah.
But it's all about regional, remote, high-risk communities, people who work outside or spend a lot of time in the sun, also organ transplant people, and there's a whole genetic kind of cocktail behind it as well that we really need to kind of isolate those communities and really give them the services, or where people don't have access to services. So people who live out and can't visit their GP or skin cancer clinic.
Yeah. It's interesting because you say genetics. We had a friend that had melanoma, but he worked in an office his whole life. He didn't bother to think, oh, well, I'm not a farmer, or I haven't been out there a lot. So does it matter the amount of sun that you've been subjected to?
Trickily not.
Yeah.
And there are people who have super high risk. It's called Fitzpatrick skin.
Yeah.
So, but not to discount that if you do have darker skin, you're still susceptible, and it does happen to a broad range.
How often should we be getting our skin checked, and what's the best time to do it?
I reckon at least once a year. We're going to hopefully get a campaign going all about your birthday, on your birthday suit.
Good idea.
So once a year, get it done, and just keep visiting your doctor and make friends with them, and keep a good eye on things, because it's all about evolution and change.
Because if you can go to the same person, they can kind of map it.
Exactly,
right?
Yeah. And if you've got that baseline of the photography and imaging, you can compare it over time, and that's kind of the tech that we're using now. It uses AI. It's really amazing, and it's easy to pick up those things over time, yeah.
Well, congratulations. You've already raised $1.8 million. Not a bad effort, mate. And then putting pressure on the government to make real change about something that's sort of seen as an afterthought. So how do we put the petition out? So what do we do? We've got our pens ready. Where do we go?
So skincheckchampions.com/petition.
Okay.
That's it. And we need as many signatures as we can get, and we'll make this happen. And hopefully save a ton of lives every year.
How many do you need to make change? Right? I've always wondered when I sign these petitions, I'm like, how close
thousands.
are we
No, like
for them to take you seriously?
We'll hopefully get it tabled in the House of Reps, and in front of the health ministers. But the more signatures, the more weight it carries.
Okay.
So this is a once in a generational opportunity. I reckon we can make it happen. And next year we could be looking at a targeted national skin check program.
And Australia should be leading the way on this, right?
Exactly. We're leading the world in deaths and incidents. We need to lead the world in early detection. We're already phenomenally treating people and helping people get over the disease, but we need to find it first, and this is what this program's all about.
Just handy hint, don't tan before you go get a mold check, because I did and I had to go home. They can't do it properly.
Oh, you mean fake tan?
Fake tan. Yeah, don't fake tan.
No fake tan.
Don't tan
Makeup.
at all.
And don't tan
Only
yes.
fake.
Yeah, that was both it was a health and a cosmetic message.
At least you're in there. That's good.
But I didn't know that, and then I haven't been back since because I was like, that was the only time I had, and if I knew, I would have got a check.
Oh, it's good. It's a good message, though. To find out more and to donate, head to beardseason.com, and that's where we can find the petition as well.
Skincheckchampions.com.
Skincheckchampions.com. Let's get there. It is. Look, it's right
That's
on the
the one,
screen.
right there.
Skincheckchampions.com. Don't listen to Ange. Read what's on the screen.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work. Thanks for coming in today.
Look after yourselves this summer.